Hello friends, today we are making this vertical planter using supplies from the Dollar Tree. It was so much fun to make and I think it turned out so cute. So let's get into it. I'm starting with these wooden blocks that I got at the Dollar Tree, of course. These are 5.5 by 7.5 inches in size, and I'm going to use these to build my planter form. So we're going to kind of do like a staircase look here a little bit. So I'm going to start out by removing all of the barcodes from my wooden blocks, and then we'll get in and stain them all. I'm going to stain all of my wooden pieces with this stain here. This is the Minwax Poly Shades stain in the shade Espresso. And this is what the blocks look like all stained. So I'm just going to let them sit and dry for about an hour, and then we will start to build the planter. Now, like I said, we're going to do a little bit of a staircase tiered design here. So I'm going to start with one of my blocks laying flat, and then I'll take the next block and I'm going to use a combination of wood glue and my nail gun to secure these together. If you want to use a staple gun or whatever kind of extra security you can use here, you will want to use something in addition to just the wood glue because these are going to need to support our floral pots. So they're not just sitting with nothing on them. They need to have a little bit of extra support so that they can hold the weight of what we're going to put on them. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue down onto my wood, secure them that way, and then I'm going to go through and I'm going to nail these pieces of wood together as well, again, for that extra support. The brad nails that I'm using to nail these pieces of wood together are 1.5 inches long. I would recommend using at least that long, probably ideally 2 inches would really hold this super well. But once I had everything nailed in and I've got my little staircase design, as you can see, I'm going to let this sit and dry for, I think I let it sit for like 2 hours. And while that's drying, we're going to paint our flower pots. The pots I'm using are, of course, just plastic pots from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to paint each one of these a different color, and we're going to do red, white, and blue, of course, for the 4th of July. Now I'm going to use a different technique in painting these each one because I was kind of learning what I wanted it to look like as I went. So for this first one, our blue one, I added the baking soda to my paint to add the texture I'm looking for. I want these to look a little bit more high end, maybe a little bit more upscale and not look just like a plastic pot that we painted. So I'm adding the baking soda to add a little bit of texture and grit to our paint. Now, after painting this coat on, I realized that I was definitely going to need to do 2 coats. So I'm going to do this first coat on the blue pot with the baking soda mixed into my paint. But then when I moved into my other 2 pots, I did a coat of just plain regular paint with no baking soda mixed in first. And then I went in with the second coat with the baking soda and the paint mixture to add that texture. Now for our white pot, we didn't need to do a white base coat because the pot's already white. So I did 1 coat on that one with the baking soda mixed into my chalk paint. Again, to add the same texture to all of them, you technically don't need to paint your white pot, but because I was adding this kind of grit to the other 2, I thought it would look weird if we didn't do that with the white one. I let my pot sit and dry for about maybe 1.5 hours, and now we're ready to build our floral arrangements. Now, I will say I am not a floral arranger girly, but I do think it would really be fun to learn. So I might look into taking a class or something to learn how to arrange flowers. I think that would be really fun. So if you are good at this, you will thrive. I had a hard time, so took me a little bit to get these looking the way I wanted them to look. I am going to use some floral foam from the Dollar Tree as well to help put the florals in place. And then for our bottom tiered pot, which is our blue one, we're going to go red, white, and blue. I'm going to put in some little vase filler that I got at the Dollar Tree as well. Obviously, everything is from the Dollar Tree in this video. I'm doing that to help weigh the pot down so that it will have a little bit more weight on the bottom and be able to support the pots up top. I think in total I spent maybe $23-ish on florals at the Dollar Tree. I got some of the Patriotic floral bunches, some red, some white, some blue, of course, and I'm going to try and divide my florals evenly amongst my 3 pots. So I'm going through and just trimming them up, dividing them all by 3, and then I'm going to work my way pot by pot, putting the florals together. So starting with the blue pot, which like I said is going to go on the bottom, I'm going to arrange these kind of in an interesting way. Because this is our bottom tier and we have a shelf coming out above like half of it, I'm only going to fill the front half of the pot and kind of around the sides to make this look like a full pot, but also allow it to fit under that shelf where the white pot will sit. For the white and red pots, I'm going to fill them pretty normally. I don't want the white florals to sit too high because this is our middle tier. So I'm paying a little bit more attention to that, just trying to make this look really full around the middle and go all the way around the sides. And then when I fill the red pot, I am not worried about height or anything. I want this to be the most voluminous full pot. So I'm going to put all these florals in and then really it's just about kind of finagling them and moving them around and twisting them until you like the way they look. I did also add some greenery that I had on hand that is not from the Dollar Tree. It's just leftover remnants from other projects. So I would look at like Michael's and other craft stores when they have a sale on their florals and grab some of that filler greenery that you can use for a ton of different projects. I also wanted to make a cute little sign to stick into the planter celebrating America's 250th birthday. So I've got this little piece of wood from, surprise, surprise, the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint the front and the back with some white chalk paint, and then I'm going to add a little bit of like aging distressingness with this gel stain and some antique gold rub and buff. I'm just going to use a chip brush to add a little bit of texture, like add some little brush strokes into the wood, just to make it a little bit more dimensional. I let that sit and dry for about 20 minutes and then I added a coat of glossy Mod Podge over all of our paint. You'll definitely want to do this because if you don't, your vinyl decal might not stick to your wood. So doing this step will make your life a whole lot easier. Don't ask me how I know. The decal we're going to add onto our sign is a multi-layered, multicolored decal that I hand lettered. It will be available in the June files for my file club on Patreon, as well as on Etsy. So I will have links for both of those down below in the description box. If you want to join the file club, you get a full bundle of files every single month that you can use in your projects. And if you just want this one file, it is available on Etsy. So this has a multicolored version and a single colored version. I'm going to use the multicolored version on the sign. So for the offset, I'm using a gold chrome vinyl. All of my vinyl is from Tech Wrap Craft, and I'm going to cut this out with my transfer tape on it and arrange it kind of on the right hand side of the sign because I'm going to decoupage a little ephemera flag on the other side to really fill it in and add a little bit more patriotism because there's not enough in this design. So I'm putting that on the right side and then I'm going to Mod Podge my ephemera onto the other side and then layer the decal on after that. To Mod Podge this ephemera piece onto my board, I'm going to start by putting a thin coat of Mod Podge on the back of the piece. Now this is like a thick cardstock, so it's a little bit thicker than just normal paper, but very easy to Mod Podge onto this piece of wood. So thin coat of Mod Podge on the back, I'm going to stick it down to my wood where I want it, and then I'm going to use this little like brayer roller tool to really push it down into the wood. I'm going to let the Mod Podge sit and dry for maybe about 10 minutes-ish, not long at all. And then I'm going to take my mini heat press or my mini iron, whatever you want to call it, with a piece of parchment paper in between the iron and the wood. And I'm just going to iron down that flag onto the wood. I find that this just really helps it adhere better. It helps get out any wrinkles if you have any, and it just makes everything look really nice. So I really like doing that. Then I'm going to cut off all of the excess from around the border of the wood and then sand down my edges to make them really nice and smooth. And then finally, I'm going to add a coat of Mod Podge over my flag piece to really seal it in. And then we can go in and add our vinyl decal. So again, starting with our gold offset piece, I'm going to peel off the backing and stick that down to my sign first. Now this gold chrome vinyl is not my favorite. I don't know what's different about this vinyl versus all of the other chrome vinyl from Tech Wrap Craft, but this one I just like, it has like a different finish. It's a little bit harder to work with. I don't know, but it ended up working totally fine. It just took me a little bit of time to get it to lay flat and get the transfer tape off of it. I did, after removing the transfer tape, I did go back in with my iron and iron down the vinyl just to get that adhesive to activate a little bit further with the heat. I did use it on the lowest setting possible, and I used the piece of parchment paper in between the vinyl and my iron as always, so I don't like burn or scorch anything, but that really did help it stick down to the sign. And once we've got that piece on, we can just go in and layer all of our colored portions of the decal on top. So for the America, I'm using a red glitter vinyl. For our 250 years, I'm using a white glitter vinyl. And then for the stars and our 1776 to 2026, I'm using a navy blue chrome vinyl. So I'm just matching up the decals to the offsets, very carefully pulling off the transfer tape, and that's our sign. It's so stinking cute. I love it. I'm going to do one more coat of Mod Podge over the entire sign to seal our vinyl in, give it a nice little finish. This is going to be sitting outside, so I wanted to make sure that the vinyl was sealed in there as best as I could get it. And now it's time to assemble the whole thing. So I'm going to start off with my planter base, and I'm going to go pot by pot, just placing it whatever way the flowers look the best in the front. Kind of rearranging as I go, pulling the florals to make sure that it all looks really good once assembled. I'm going to add a little mini American flag in there, again, increasing that patriotism level. And then I'm going to add my little sign to the blue planter so that it sticks right up above that space that we kind of have with the white planter a little bit. Originally, I had added 2 wooden dowels to either end of the sign to make it look like a little banner maybe, but I ended up needing more length for it to actually stand up and be where you needed it to be for you to see it. So I removed those 2 dowels and I just ended up adding 1 long wooden dowel from the Dollar Tree to get the height that I needed for it to sit right in front of that white planter. And that's it. This project is all done. So here's what it looks like outside on my front porch. I love how this turned out. I think it's so stinking cute. And I think it will be really fun to maybe change these planters out by season. You can use this little wooden pedestal that was so easy to assemble for anything. We could do a fall floral theme. Let me know if that's something you want to see. We could do Halloween. Of course, we can do Christmas. So let me know if you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you are not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well so you don't miss anything I've got coming. Okay, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.